One thing I won't be doing in this week's video is doing this trend. Still the greatest camera, or one of the greatest cameras ever made, the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. And it's also probably one of the most criticized cameras. I mean, people like to pick apart every little thing on a camera, and they certainly do with this one. The one thing they complain about so much, of course, is this, and I think that's gonna come into focus. Of course, it's the Canon LP N6, is that what it is? N6 batteries. People they hate the battery life on the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. But think about it, is it really that bad? I feel like it's time I should reintroduce myself. My name is Greg McLaughlin. Aye, it's a good Scottish name. I don't know if my dad would approve of that accent. You tell me if it's like a little bit on point. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. For the past 10 years, I've been a wildlife research and conservation filmmaker and producer. I created this channel to really help you become a better filmmaker outdoors with the equipment you have. You don't have to be spending a fortune on top-end gear all the time to be a great outdoor filmmaker. Does it really affect you as a filmmaker? Battery life? I mean, there's so many workarounds today. V-mounts and NP batteries that you can easily get more battery life if you want to. A lot of people buying this camera and just getting started. Let's stop worrying them saying, oh, the battery life's gonna kill you. No, it's not. And I think it's probably gonna actually help somebody just getting into this camera for a lot of reasons. Think about your own situation and what's the common lengths of footage that you're shooting. For me, it's 5, 10, 15, 20. Sometimes, but rarely, maybe it's an interview clip or is going a lot longer than that. I don't need 35 minutes continuous, and a lot of us wouldn't be shooting that. But even when I'm using this in the field, there are times when I'm getting my clips and then I turn the camera off because my wildlife biologists are going to a new location, and I'm able to just turn the camera off and get to the next location and do more 5, 10, 15-second clips. So one battery actually lasts me probably an hour when I factor in all that stuff. That's really not that bad. And if I want to be portable, these batteries work in those situations. There's something else, though, that I love about these little batteries and why I think they actually are a good thing, especially when you're just getting started with this camera. But even for you and me who maybe have been doing this longer, there's something that we notice when we're using these batteries is that we're more deliberate in our shots because we know battery power is limited and we want to get the shots and plan them out and execute them in the fastest, most efficient time possible before our batteries run out. And if you don't think that matters, think about using an electronic stabilizer. We've got to maximize how we're using that thing before the batteries run out. So it's the same type of logic behind using these batteries with the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. I would just say then, before we have more fear-mongering about the battery life, really, of any camera, because there are usually workarounds for any camera to prolong battery life, like I said, with V-mounts or NP batteries. Just think of, let's talk about what the camera can do, and we'll solve the battery problem later on if it is in fact a problem. I mean, battery life is like this much of an equation when you're filmmaking. We're more concerned about our lenses, our looks, our cameras, and just let's stop the fear-mongering about the battery life on the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema camera. And I also want to just try something like this to see if you prefer this kind of video as opposed to always being outside. Maybe you prefer me outdoors with the mosquitoes and the bugs.